Good morning, students. Today again we are going to start with the chapter Why Do We Fall Ill? Continuing with the topic Types of Diseases. Now, earlier we have discussed the different types of disease. Number one was acute and chronic. Number two was congenital and acquired disease. And acquired disease has two types, that was infectious and non infectious diseases, or communicable and non communicable diseases. So we were doing about the infectious and non-infectious disease. Continuing with that topic, now what are the infectious agents? So last time when we discussed about infectious diseases, so infectious agents are mentioned here and which cause the common diseases in the different living organism. First of all, like virus is being represented in the figure, you can see it. So virus cause the viral infections like influenza, chickenpox, smallpox, common cold, dengue, fever, and AIDS. There may be more diseases like polio, hepatitis B, chickenpox, measles, and mumps. These are also caused by the viruses. Next are the fungal diseases. Infectious agent is fungus or fungi. So, as I told you earlier also, many common skin infections are caused by fungi. So, example is ringworm and athlete's foot. Okay. Bacteria or bacterial agent. So, the disease caused by it are cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, and anthrax. Some more diseases are tetanus and food poisoning. That also come under the infectious agent, that is bacteria. Similarly, protozoan like malaria, kala azar, and it may be amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness. So these are the diseases which are caused by the protozoan as infectious agent. Now, important diseases in humans. First of all, common cold. It is caused by virus. Causes rhinovirus. Symptoms sore throat, cough, headache. Next is chickenpox. Again, the infectious agent is virus. Symptoms rashes, fever, aches, uneasiness. Next is measles. Measles are also caused by viral infection. Symptoms red and watery eye, pink rashes, itching or burning or the rashes. Okay. Next, typhoid. It is caused by bacteria, and the bacteria which is the Salmonella typhi. Symptoms fever, headache, loss of appetite, skin rash, either constipation or diarrhea. Next is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused, again he's saying, the vaccine involved for its cure is BCG vaccine. Okay. So vaccination is also an important part to cure a particular disease. Okay. So causes Mycobacterium tuberculosis, again which cause the infectious agent, and the symptom are night sweat, fatigue, weight loss. Next is malaria. Malaria is caused by protozoan. Causes female Anopheles mosquito. Symptoms are fever at interval, weakness. Next is cancer. Cancer is caused by abnormal and uncontrolled growth of the cells. Risk factor may be tobacco, alcohol, high fat diet, smoking. Next is hypertension. Hypertension is caused by blood pressure level, stress, tension, salt intake, fat intake is large. So these are the few diseases which are caused in the humans. This is a picture of Leishmania, the protozoan organism that causes Kala Azar. The organisms are oval shaped and each has one long whip-like structure. One organism arrow is dividing, while a cell of the immune system, lower right, which is given in the picture, has gripped on the two whips of dividing organism and is sending cell processes up to eat up the organism. The immune cell is about 10 micrometer in diameter. Next, this is a picture of Staphylococci, the bacteria which can cause acne. Acne means the pimples on your face. Next is the picture of adult roundworm. Ascaris lumbricoides is the technical name of this roundworm from the small intestine. Okay, the ruler next to show its measurement, that how long it is. Next is, these category of infectious agents are important factor in deciding what kind of treatment to be used. Now, next question in our mind comes about the bacterial infection. So, you studied various categories of infectious agent and are important factor in deciding the kind of treatment to be done. Member of each one of these group, virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoan and worm, have many common biological characteristics. Also, many biochemical pathways are similar in each group of infectious agent, and these are not shared with other groups. As a result, the drugs that block one of these biochemical life process in one member of the group is likely to be effective against many other members of the group. However, this drug will not be effective against the microbes belonging to different group. For example, when we talk about antibiotics, so he is saying type of antibiotic affect the different bacteria in different way. For example, an antibiotic might inhibit means stop, a bacterium's ability to turn glucose into energy, or its ability to construct its cell wall. When this happens, the bacterium dies instead of reproducing. At the same time, the antibiotic acts only on the bacterium cell wall building mechanism and not on the normal cell. And in this way, the bacterial infection is being cured. One example of antibiotic is penicillin. It is an antibiotic that has been found to block some biochemical pathway in bacteria that are essential for building the cell wall. As a result, growing bacteria become unable to build cell wall and therefore die easily. Penicillin antibiotic therefore is an effective drug against those bacterial strains which use such biochemical process for making cell wall. Other antibiotics also work against other bacterial strains on the same principle. But if we talk about antibiotics, they do not work on viruses. So, viruses, they belong to different group of pathogens that do not use these biochemical pathways at all. They belong to different group, I told you. And he is saying this is a reason why antibiotics are not effective against viral infection. If we get infected with common cold, taking antibiotic neither reduces the severity nor the duration of the disease. However, if we get both bacterial infection and common cold simultaneously, taking antibiotics will help in controlling bacterial infection only and not the viral infection. Okay?